Hello everyone, my name is Valentina. I'm a online fitness coach currently living in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. So in this video, I want to talk about 5 weight loss truths that most women don't really want to hear, but honestly, once you do and once you accept them, you're going to start seeing more results. So let's get into it, shall we? Alright, so number 1, and this one honestly kind of hurts. You're not in a calorie deficit just because you're eating quote unquote healthy. So you could be eating clean, but that's not the same thing as eating for fat loss. So for example, if you're eating avocado toast, oatmeal, smoothies, chicken every day, but you're still in a surplus, you're going to gain weight. And the truth is, your body only loses fat when you're in a calorie deficit, not when you're trying really hard and eating healthy. So once you start tracking your food and being mindful of your portions, that's when the results will actually follow, because you can't control what you don't track. So number 2 is one that I see very often, and it's you're under eating during the week, but you're overeating on the weekend. So many women eat 1,200 to 400 calories during the week and easily double it, if not triple it, with the consumption of alcohol, for example, on the weekend. You see, your body doesn't really just reset on Monday, so one all-out weekend kind of erases the progress of the whole week if you actually stayed in a deficit during it. And that's why when I set targets for my clients, I actually look at the calories and the macros on a weekly basis, not just a day-to-day basis, because it truly does make a difference. You could have 5 great days, however, if your weekend, if you're overeating consistently, then that's going to impact your results, absolutely. All right, number 3, you're doing too much cardio and not enough strength training. This is huge and one I preach all the time. So cardio burns calories now, yes, but muscle burns calories for longer. You can't tone what you haven't built. So when somebody says, I want to be toned, really about stopping to chase sweat and the burning of calories and really chasing strength, because when you start lifting weights and putting on lean muscle mass, everything else improves, and it honestly does get easier over time. And don't even get me started on all of the benefits of women lifting weights for longevity and your overall health. The list goes on. I could make a separate video just for that. And honestly, I just might. Number 4, you're expecting results too fast. You didn't gain the weight overnight, so you can't expect to lose it in a couple of weeks either. Patience is the virtue. I know, it sucks, but real fat loss takes patience, and it's not about punishing yourself either. So if you actually stick to a plan for 90 days and stay consistent, and I mean actually consistent, you will be shocked at the transformation that you can have. And honestly, the greatest transformations are from the women that stay consistent and do the boring stuff, because the boring stuff is what actually works. I will never stop saying this, but the boring stuff is what gives you the transformation. Oh gosh, number 5. You've probably heard this a million times before, but I can't not put it on this list, and it's you're not eating enough protein. So protein keeps you full throughout the day and helps with cravings. It builds muscle, we all know that. It supports your recovery from those hard training sessions so you can recover faster and put on muscle mass. And something that I recommend to all of my clients is, and I actually build it into their programs, is starting your day with minimum 25 to 35 grams of protein in your breakfast. It will help with your hunger levels throughout the day, your snacking throughout the day. Protein helps keep you more satiated throughout the day, so don't underestimate the power of starting your day off with 35 grams of protein. On top of that, starting your day off with a win like that means you're not playing catch up at the end of the night, which is something a lot of people struggle with, where you've already had all of your calories from the day and probably went over in your fats and your carbs, and you haven't hit your protein. So what do? You have a scoop of protein powder, or maybe you raid your fridge and eat leftover chicken, whatever it may be, but then you're going in a calorie surplus just to be able to hit your protein goal. All right, ladies, so I know you might think that some of these maybe sounded a little harsh, or you might have already knew them and you just needed that little extra nudge, that little extra reminder, because when you stop fighting what actually works, you'll start seeing results. And if this helped, make sure you subscribe. Part 2 is going to be coming next week, and I'm going to be going through 5 more truths about fat loss that you might have to hear. See you in the next video.